In this video, we'll cover the clinical desktop, which you can access from the main menu. The clinical desktop acts as a central hub through which you can access all of your patient's medical records. There are several methods that you can use to access a patient's medical records, those being using the Appointment tab, from the Patient tab, and through an incomplete chart. When accessing the clinical desktop, you'll be immediately brought to the Appointment tab, where you can see a list of your appointments for today. Above the appointment list is a series of filtering options. These include the Provider drop-down menu, which you can use to filter by provider if there are multiple providers on the same account, and the Schedule Status menu, which you can use to filter by the current status of the appointment. For example, if I select Checked Out, then I'll see that the only checked out appointment for today is for Robert Cole. In addition to these filters, you can also browse the appointment list for other days, either by using the arrow buttons to navigate back and forward a day, or by using the calendar icon to jump to a specific date. From this list, we can click on one of these entries to open up the patient's medical records. Alternatively, we could also specify what exam room they should be in by clicking on the exam room and selecting another exam room from the resulting pop-up. As you can see now, Jordan Howard has been assigned to exam room 2. Alternatively, if your patient is not walking in with an appointment, you can pull up the patient's medical records from the Patient tab. As you can see up above, there's multiple fields that you can use to filter through the patients in your system. In this case, I'll use the last name field for Radzinski, and this will return one patient to my list, that being William Radzinski. Now if I click on his name, I'll be brought to his medical records. Finally, you can also access a patient's incomplete charts from the clinical desktop. This can be done from the pending charts list to the right, from the For Review tab, or Ready for Exam tab. When accessing an incomplete chart, instead of being brought to the patient's face sheet, you'll be brought directly to the incomplete chart to start working from there. The incomplete chart is assigned to either the Ready for Exam tab, For Review tab, or Pending Charts list, depending on how it was saved last. The differences between these modes of saving charts are covered in another video in more detail. Beyond accessing patient medical records, there is also the Reminder tab and Message tab on the clinical desktop. The Reminder tab acts as a central place where you can view any reminders you set up for yourself in regards to a patient in your system. The Message tab can be used for inter-office messaging or for interfacing with your patient portal if you have one set up. Both of these features are covered in more detail elsewhere.